Let's dive right into today's explainer, where we're going to discover how a simple trip to a colorful fairground can literally be a masterclass in foundational math and spatial reasoning. We're looking at the chapter titled The SURAJKUND Fair, and we'll see exactly how a seemingly straightforward story is actually packed with an invisible curriculum. It's so cool. Here is our itinerary for today. First up, welcome to the fair, then spotting symmetry, followed by mathematical melas. After that, navigating the grounds, escaping the maze, and finally we'll wrap up with the power of play. Let's get into it. So we're joining Sony, Avi, and their grandparents as they step into the incredibly vibrant, bustling SURAJKUND fair. Now this fair is actually located in the Faridabad district of Haryana, and let me tell you, it isn't just a place to buy crafts or grab a bite to eat, it is a living, breathing classroom. You're going to want to grab your observation glasses for this, because there is way more happening here than just a fun family day out.
Part 1. Welcome to the fair, the hidden curriculum.
Okay, so the crucial takeaway hits us right away in the teacher's note from the chapter. Our main goal here is to transform passive sightseeing into active observation of real-world mathematics. The text explicitly encourages us to look for things like patterns and symmetry in everyday spaces, like a local mela. So right off the bat, we know this chapter isn't just a cute story. It's a prompt. It's challenging us to actively engage our spatial and mathematical senses. Part 2. Spotting symmetry, left, right, and center. Take a really close look at the gorgeous entrance architecture and the floor tiling. The chapter specifically challenges us to spot things that look exactly the same from the left and the right side. Can you find the elements that mirror each other? Notice those intricate blue and yellow diamond patterns on the floor tiles, or maybe the twin pillars holding up the main gate. Recognizing these symmetrical properties, that is literally the very first step in developing advanced geometry skills. And the best part is, here, it's completely disguised as just admiring a beautiful drawing. Part 3. Mathematical melas, the rules of pattern. Now, this next part brilliantly illustrates the creative potential of math. Sony and Avi walk up to this incredibly colorful stall where a man and a woman are making malas, or necklaces, out of beads. Naturally, Sony immediately wants to jump in and help. But they aren't just stringing beads on those blank strings randomly. Oh no, the stall owner actually gives them a very specific mathematical constraint to follow.
And by following these specific rules, making a simple necklace instantly transforms into a hands-on lesson in algebraic patterning and numerical constraints. The instruction is super exact. Make a mala with exactly 8 beads, using 4 of one color and 4 of another. I mean, just think about the combinations you could come up with. You could do alternating colors, blocks of 2, or maybe just half and half. This simple little crafting exercise is quietly teaching ratio, pattern recognition, and basic addition. How clever is that?
Part 4. Navigating the grounds, spatial reasoning. Okay, so as they move on, Sony and Avi aren't just wandering around aimlessly. They are actually executing a precise spatial sequence to navigate the fair and find their grandparents. They're given these specific steps directly from the chapter. Walk on the blue lane, turn right on the green lane. Make sure you don't stop at the restaurant on your right. Take a left towards the red lane, then another left towards the golden lane, and finally pass the stalls to find the chapal. Guys, this is coding. It's algorithmic thinking. They're following a highly structured set of directional commands to achieve a specific outcome. Now, I want you to picture the map in your head right now. If you were asked to give precise directions from the shop hall to the ATM, which way would you turn? The chapter forces the reader to completely reverse engineer their spatial reasoning. Because think about it, it's one thing to just follow directions, but it requires a totally different, much higher level cognitive skill to actually generate those directions for somebody else. Part 5. Escaping the maze, problem solving in action. So, as the chapter points out, there are actually 2 ways to exit the SURAJKUND fair. One path goes straight out, easy peasy. But the other is a literal maze. And of course, Sony and Avi choose the maze. Following our characters into this winding labyrinth requires some serious active problem solving and predicting dead ends. You really have to visually scan ahead, constantly testing hypotheses about which path is open and which one's going to leave you blocked. And as you visually trace your path through the labyrinth, you're supposed to keep a mental inventory of all the amazing things you find along the way. The chapter actually asks you to record what you found on your specific route. Like, did you pass the snake? Did you run into the pineapple or the dog? Did you find the sparkling gem or the star? This completely ensures that you aren't just drawing a boring line from point A to point B. Instead, you're actively engaging with the environment, which builds memory retention right alongside that spatial awareness.
Part 6. The Power of Play. Lifelong Learning.
This perfectly highlights that invisible curriculum we've been talking about all along. On the surface, what feels like pure playtime at the fair, looking at fancy gates, stringing some beads together, and wandering through a maze, is actually building absolutely crucial foundational cognitive skills. We are talking about real-world geometry, combinatorial math, algorithmic thinking, and spatial mapping, all cleverly disguised as just a fun day out with the grandparents. It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. So the very next time you step outside, whether it's to a local store, a park, or even just walking into your own kitchen, I really encourage you to put on your own observation glasses. Because as this chapter brilliantly shows us, the classroom isn't just confined to four walls. So ask yourself, where is the math hiding in your everyday world?